When this video finds you, your life is about to change. And the message I'm hearing for you is your sensitivity is your superpower. Your sensitivity is what going to quantum leap you into that new earth consciousness that you know where you belong. And in that new earth consciousness, you are able to connect with the network. You're able to unleash and unlock your wealth codes and also unlock your true love and divine union codes. Your life is about to shift. And the magic is in your sensitivities. The things that you try to hide about yourself. The things that you try to shut down because once upon a time you were told that you're too much, and maybe you're still being told that you're too much. You're too much, you're too emotional, you're too sensitive. I'm connecting with the people, the souls, who are very sensitive, ultra sensitive, I'm hearing. And some of you guys are trying to function like normal citizens. That's what I'm hearing. You're trying your best. Like you try not to cry, but you know that you're like, you can break out of tears like anytime. You feel things so deeply and sometimes you have to shut it down. Like if someone is hurting next to you, you can feel their pain. I'm feeling and I'm connecting with a soul who's very empathic, ultra empathic. But you know, that's another word for being ultra psychic, ultra intuitive. Because you cannot be intuitive without the ability to feel into the sensitivities of things. And you have that rare ability of knowing and feeling into the intricate energies, okay? And that allows you to tap into the codes and the wisdoms and the frequencies that most people miss. But because you were surrounded or raised by people who don't understand this truth, so they call you crazy, they call you sensitive, they call you too much, they call you too emotional. They think you're overreacting. I'm hearing that word, overreacting. Have you been told that you're overreacting? That you're faking it, that you're making a big deal, you're being a drama queen, a drama king? You're at the perfect frequency right now to receive this channel message. I'm just channeling through your higher self and something that you already know within yourself. In a grander scheme of things, you're actually vibrating at a very high level of awareness. That's the only reason why you're connecting and vibrating and tuning into this message right now and actually clicking on it and watching it. Your higher self, your true self wants you to know that there is nothing wrong with you. And I feel like you need to tell yourself that. That's what I'm hearing. Look into the mirror. Tell yourself that right now. There's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. You just wanted to be understood and loved by people who couldn't understand you and who couldn't love you because they didn't understand themselves and because they don't know how to love themselves. So what I'm hearing for you is let go. Let go. Let go. Let go of that need for that one specific person to get you. Let go of that specific need for that one person to love you. And allow, I'm hearing the word for you, allow. Allow people to meet you where they're at. Because whether you allow it or not, they're going to meet you where they're at. People can only love you as much as they love themselves. If they don't love themselves, they cannot love you. If they're cruel to themselves, if they're hard on themselves, they're going to be hard to you, right? And if you have parents who are hard on you, you know that they were hard on themselves. You know, if you have parents who treated you with unkindness, you know that how they treat themselves, how they treat their body, the words they say, you know, the thoughts they have when they're in private, it's not pleasant. either. And that's the sign, that's the clue. So this is a reminder for you to just let it go. There's like a gush of wind. I'm out in the rice fields right now. Look at this beautiful view. And this is a reminder for you to just really get yourself in an environment where you can feel like you're just exhale, exhale, exhale. Because I feel like you've been holding your breath. This message is coming through right now is because you've been holding your breath. You cannot fly free. That's why certain things feel stuck. Are you manifesting something right now that feels stuck or stagnant or it's not moving? Or you feel like things are kind of difficult right now? It's because you're not exhaling. You're not breathing out in a way that it's like this. And that can only come when you let go. You see, it's the same energy. I let go. Okay, you can do this with me. I let go. Okay, and pull your arm back, like as back as possible. Okay, let's do it again. I let go. And I want you to try making a sigh, like a sound when you breathe out. Okay, say this with me. I let go. Just let it go. And if you feel like you need to go outside, stand on grass, stand on the ground, do it. Let the wind wash away the pain of yesterday. I feel like that's a song. I don't know what song that is. Let it wash away. You know you have so much to give. You have this infinite love and wisdom within you. You're a pure one. You know that? You're a pure one. And the curse or the baggage of being the pure one is that it's like, you're like, if you wear like white clothes, like a white t-shirt, things get stained very easily. It's the same thing. It's like because your soul is so pure that anything that feels impure, it leaves a stain, it leaves a mark, and it's deep, and it doesn't feel like it's going away because your soul doesn't understand it. You don't understand why people are cruel to each other, why someone who's supposed to be, whatever to you is saying all of this or doing all of it. You at a soul level, you just don't get it. Just know that we have to go through certain initiation. Your soul, especially if you came here for a divine purpose, and I know that you are, because you're not going to have this level of awareness, and you're not going to have this level of consciousness of what we're talking about right now, and understanding from a heart level, and feeling what I'm feeling, if you don't have a purpose. You wouldn't. You would feel like a zombie. You would feel like a freaking robot. You wouldn't even click on this video. Or you wouldn't watch it until this. You came here for a purpose. Don't doubt that. You came here for a reason. You came here to awaken the codes of love, true love, real love in this world. The love with the capital L, the divine love. You're here to learn what love is. That's why you had to go through the lovelessness. That's why you had to go through the experiences of what is not love, the experiences of being treated badly, abused, or the traumas. You don't understand why the people who are supposed to love you didn't love you. Why? Because you need to activate. You need to break your heart open for you to know what real love is. And real love can only come when you know what the divine is, what God is, what source is, what the reality is. You're not going to understand love when you still think that you are flesh and bones. You're not going to get it. But because you are here and because you've tuned into this, you know that there's more. You know that you feel there's something about this life, like you know in your bones. This, you know it's not real. You know that it's only real to that level of whatever it can get. But you know that you have that power of creation. Because you do. We create our reality. And this 3D world is going to seem very logical and there's like a reason for everything, but actually it's because you've seen it in your vision. That's how it gets projected out. You set the intention for something to happen and then you forgot about it along the way, and your actions and your karma, it gets projected out. Everything within you gets projected out, so that's why be careful what thoughts you think. You think no one's listening to you? This is what I tell my clients all the time. Where we messed up is our private thoughts. That we like, oh, no one's gonna hear it. So I'll just look in myself and saying, oh, I'm so ugly. Man, my face, you do all this swearing, or like you think all these terrible things about yourself. Or you say, F that person, F that person, F that person. It all comes back to you. Everything's a mirror. I'm a mirror. You're a mirror. We're all mirrors. We're all pieces. We're all fractals of each other. And when we vibrate at a certain frequency, we attract certain mirrors. So if you're even seeing this for the first time, if you're seeing me like popping out of nowhere for you, and you clicked on it, and you're watching it, and you're feeling a resonance with it, there's a soul guidance deep within you. You manifested this. And the fact that I'm saying this to you confirms how powerful you are, confirms how in the know you are, confirms your consciousness level. So trust yourself that you know that it's time for you to let go. Let go of needing love from anywhere that is not of God. Because love doesn't come from your parents. Love doesn't come from your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, fling, or I don't know, right? Love doesn't come from that. It comes from God, it comes from you. And you experience this through these vessels. But you can very much sit here and experience love. Love for all that is. Right? Look at this gorgeous rice fields. You can think of this as peace. But someone can be here feeling not peaceful. It doesn't matter. You have to cultivate peace within yourself in order to experience more of it in your reality. You have to cultivate love within you to experience more love in your reality, because everything is being reflected. So when you want the thing in the 3D world and you're not embodying that frequency within you, it cannot get projected out. It doesn't have a place to get projected out. And just like when someone was cruel to you and you wanted love from them, you're not going to get it. Because if they're cruel to themselves, if they hate themselves, if they don't love themselves, they cannot love you. They cannot love you. So while we're here having this conversation, just take a moment and check in with yourself. And think about all the things that you think you need. It's not what you need. It's what you want it to be specifically. Because you already have everything you need. God created us perfect. We don't need, okay? We don't need all things. We want it specifically. Like, do you need $10 million? You don't need it. You want it. Okay? Do you need this person and that person to love you, to understand you, to validate you, to care for you? You don't need it. You want it. But when you're actually free, is when you cultivate that love within you. And it's always with you. That's when you become sovereign. And that's when you have real relationship and real connections with people. Because you're no longer saying, fix me, love me, heal me, validate me. You validate yourself, you love yourself, you care for yourself. So when you have these connections with people, you're coming from it as a cup full, overflowing. Cheers, it's like 2 cups, like cheers, it's like that. Okay, it's not like, oh, my cup is so empty, but I want to be with you though. It's so then you're asking them to give, asking something continuously that you feel desperate about. Okay, think about what you feel desperate about. That's what I'm hearing for you. Whatever you're desperate about, you need to just let it go. Drop it, honey. And I'm hearing, well, how do I drop it? How do I let it go? You let it go by knowing that it was never your job to hold on to it. Your ego it works on attachment. Me, my. Okay, that's why it tricks you into thinking that you are you. Okay, yourself is you. Your name is yours. Your body is you. Okay, it just attaches things. That's why you say my mom, my husband, my boyfriend, my friend. Like, why you my everything, right? Oh my God, right? Why are you my me, Gollum, my precious, right? And when you create these bonds, these attachment to something, to someone, oh, this is my chair, my thing. There's an automatic bond creating with that. And think about, this is you, right? And then you have these strings, these bonds, these attachments to everything you say, my, okay? And when those things move, you get pulled. That's why, okay? That's why it's hard for you to let go. That's why it's so painful, okay? Because now this person wants to go this way and you don't, and then it hurts. And then when this person hurts, then it's like that. And then you become a puppet. You become imprisoned. You're not free. You're like all tied up. So what happens now? You either choose your freedom, your soul freedom. That's what we're here to learn. All of us. We're here to learn that we're free all along. We're free to do what we want all along. We're free to live how we want to live all along. But we have to know that it's what we want. Okay? Knowing that because you want you want certain things from that person, that's why you're attached to them. You want their validation, you want their love, you want them to rub your chin, okay? Rub your head, scratch your chin, whatever it might be. And I I'm like joking about it, and it feels like I'm making fun of it, but it's like I'm just bringing lightness to it. But the truth is, we all want love, okay? We all desire love. It's like a human thing. So there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. But there is toxicity in that. When you overly want someone to do something to give you something that you're not willing to give yourself, it doesn't work like that, because everyone is only as real as you are. You're attracting different versions of people. You don't attract a person. You attract a certain frequency of that person. Because have you ever noticed when you change, when you like upgrade your frequency, certain people fall off in your life and certain people just like all of a sudden you don't connect with? Okay, watch my other videos. Watch this video that I made about how do you know if someone's actually meant to be in your life. There's a test that I create for you. You'll know who's meant to be with you, who's aligned with you, who's not. There's a really real test. Watch that video. When you awaken to your God self, your God consciousness, all of a sudden all these needs just go away. All these hurts, all these pain, it feels irrelevant, because you realize it's because of this ego that thinks that love can only come from validation. Love can only come from this person. But love was always you. You are love. When you're connecting to source, you understand that there's just you. And when you begin to love yourself, like really love yourself, seeing yourself as the most beautiful, precious angel that you are, by the way. You're going to see the perfection in all things. Because you begin to see yourself as divine perfection, people are going to see that. You're going to experience so much love, you don't even know what to do with it. You're going to experience love from strangers, from people that you like totally forgot about, like, like your middle school friends, like literally, I have people who are like my first friend ever when I came to Canada. I was born in Vietnam and I moved to Canada when I was 9 years old without really understanding English. And I had this friend, and he was so kind to me. He would like walk me home, and he would, take me to playground, and he was so nice. And, all this time I was bullied at school because I couldn't speak English. And this one person was so kind to me. And he recently reached out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember you. Of course I do. And that's how life is. When you operate from love, you just get love every effing where. But when you operate from lack and scarcity and lovelessness, you attract that. People are going to seem more cruel. People are going to seem more cold. It feels like things are fleeting away. It's because that's what you perceive. You don't perceive that love is here. You don't perceive that love is you. You perceive that love is something you have to chase, something you have to earn. That's what I'm hearing for you. You need to drop that. Honey, drop it. Drop it like it's hot. Okay? Drop it like it's hot. Love is not earned. Love is. Say with me. Comment down below. Love is not earned. Love is. Love is. Okay? Even the greatest poets, singers, artists, whatever, philosophers, they can't define love with words. They can't. Or with whatever lyrics, art, they can't. Love is a feeling. It's a frequency. It's a knowing. Love is of God. That's why it's so beautiful. That's why we feel so good in it. That's why we're like, yes, love, love, love. We all want love. But all this time, the paradox that we already have it. We have it. But we just haven't activated within ourselves because we're so busy thinking what's wrong with us. Why are we not enough? Oh, look at that person. Look at that person. We are so distracted. And that's why we don't see that we have all these juiciness inside of us all this time. And when you awaken to it, your life will flow very effortlessly. And just remember, this is not an accident that you're watching this video. It's not a coincidence. There's no coincidence. There's a match for everything. Okay, there's a match for everything. When you are operating in lack, you're not going to attract overflow. You're not going to attract grand prosperity. It's not a match. And when you actually activate it and becoming the most amazing, generous version of yourself, the most expressed and free version of yourself, you're not going to be dealing with like a lot of crazy people. Like, they're going to fall out of your life. Like, they're going to disappear. You're like, where did they go? They just stopped talking to me. And you think because, oh my God, they stopped, because it's not a match, it's divine intervention. It's not even divine intervention, actually. It's a frequency thing. It's not a match, right? That's why if you date people at different stages in your life, you're going to see the people that you date, the people you attract. When you are crazy, when you are like, not aligned, okay, before your spiritual awakening or whatever, okay, they are questionable, okay? And then the more you evolve, it's like the more you refine the type of people who get attracted in your field, okay? Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Same with business. The audience, the clients you attract is different when you vibrate at a different level. Before my spiritual awakening, before I was doing all the work, I was like attracting all sorts of crazy people. I'm not talking about romance. I'm talking about like just people who were mean to me, who were cruel to me, who would bully me, who would, like just really unpleasant people. And it's because I go to bed at night feeling sorry for myself every single night without fail. Before I go to bed, before I would stress and I would feel so bad about what happened to me as a kid. I would replay scenarios of someone said something mean to me and replay it at night like this. And it affected my health, it affected my beauty, it affected my sleep, it affected like the way I track. I kept on attracting those people because the thought and the narrative I tell myself, I'm a victim. Bad things happen to me. People bully me. That's how my reality is. I don't deserve this. But somehow it seems like I do. Okay? You have to be very careful with that. And something I want to share, I feel like someone needs to hear this, that I didn't look like this, you know, and I get a lot of these beautiful comments from you guys. By the way, I read all your comments. So thank you for just taking the time. For those of you who just say, thank you for your videos, I appreciate you. Like, for me, I feel so touched that you take your time to write that. You didn't have to, right? You didn't have to, but you did. So for those of you who actually took the time to press like, to write a comment, to send love my way, I feel it. I feel it all. And I feel so touched. I feel so touched, really, guys. So I just want to say thank you for just being here. If you're new, if you're subscribed, if you haven't subscribed yet, you're so welcome. And I love you so much. That's why I'm here every day. I don't even know where I was going with this. I'm just so emotional now, just tuning into your lovely hearts. When you feel into the type of energy that you're attracting, you will see that there's always a match for everything. And when you just literally let go, you let go of the people, the energy. Don't even think of people, think of energies. I think that's going to really help you, okay? Write this down if you need to remember it. Don't think of things or even events as things and events and people, okay? Think of it as energy. I think it's energy. Right now, the energy that I'm sending or reflecting to you is energy. Don't even like see me. See the energy that I'm moving through. I'm channeling through, then you'll understand a lot better. When you're feeling into the energy that you're receiving from people, do you receive hate? Do you receive jealousy? Do you receive envy? Do you receive pain? Do you receive whatever? More, like just abnormally more? Then there's something that is reflecting. Okay, sometimes we get the odd one, okay, whatever, okay? But it's just like if you constantly get people who don't love you, who don't appreciate you, who don't care about you, you have to ask yourself, where is it that you don't love yourself, you don't appreciate yourself, where you abandon yourself, where you don't choose yourself. You attract people who don't choose you and leave you and abandon you. Where do you not choose yourself? Where do you sacrifice yourself for the sake of being liked, being loved, being accepted? Where you trade your happiness over a few cents. You know, maybe you want that extra whip on your frappuccino. Actually, I think it's free, but maybe some places it's extra. You don't want to pay that extra 10 cents. I don't know how much it is. Okay? You have to choose you. Right? You choose lack over you. You know what I mean? When you know that you're meant to be somewhere, when you know that it's something that you're meant to have, this is the true thing, and you allow the Maya world to trick you, and you allow it to be your real eyes. Actually, when you close down your eyes, you open your third eye, you see with your spiritual eyes, that's the real vision. So ask yourself, what vision do you see? That's why we meditate. That's why we tune into things. What do you see? Do you see yourself being happy? Do you see yourself being joyous? When you're tuning to the truest and highest version of you, do you see yourself happy and joyous and free and relaxed? Or do you see yourself stressed? Okay, be honest. Be honest. I want to hear it. When you're tuning into the highest version of you, the most sexy, the most free, the most expressed, the version of you that you're so in love with, that you're so proud of, that you're looking at yourself and you're crying happy tears because you're that person. Who is that version of you? Are they living in fear? Are they smiling more or less? Are they in anger or peace? You tell me. You see? When you tune into that sacred vision, that's who you are. That's the real you. And everything else is false. Everything else is what this world trying to condition you to be. It's a game, okay? We're in this kind of like simulation game, like holographic world. Like everything is just being projected. Like you have to understand, this is not the real world. This is just our avatar, and it changes. We change. You know, when you shift frequency, you actually shift physically. I didn't always look like this. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about before I was emotional and thanking you guys for your love. I didn't always look like this. All people are like, oh yeah, Tina, you look so beautiful, you look so nice, and whatever. Honestly, guys, I did not look like this. My face, like there's this like dark aura over me, is because I would spend so much time feeling sad about myself. I was feeling sorry about myself. I like hated myself. I hated the world. I just had so much darkness within me. And when I let go of all of that, boom, okay? You don't need plastic surgery, okay? You don't need any of that. You just glow, you know? You just glow because it's happiness, it's joy. You see, when I allow my true authentic self to shine, like I don't need to be speaking perfectly. I don't need to care about these things. I just allow myself to be loved and seen for me. And it's not an easy thing, but it's the true thing, you see? So I force myself and I challenge myself and I lean into it because I know it's a true thing, because that's what my vision tells me. So what does your vision tell you? What does your inner God tells you? What does your higher self tells you? Because you already know, babe. You already know. You already know. So what will you choose? Well, will you choose your true path? Will you choose to be so real, so you, so, this is me? And you can finally breathe. You don't have to pretend anymore. You don't have to tense up anymore. You don't have to pretend to be serious anymore. You don't have to pretend to use big words anymore. You just get to be you and be loved for you. That's what happened when my entire life changed. When I decided that I am going to be me and I'm going to be loved for me. That's it. I'm not accepting anything less, because anything less is not love. It's not true. Right? Because I love me. I love me in my imperfection. I love me when I stumble over my words. I love me when my skin is not perfect. I love me when I'm on the floor crying. I love me. I love all of me. So if someone's going to come into my life, okay, I'm talking about romantic or not, like anyone really, you know, it's like if you know if it's a match or not. You know you're not going to tolerate any less, because you love you. You walk yourself through all these fires. How are you going to allow anyone to disrespect you? Because you don't disrespect yourself. But when you disrespect yourself, though, when you disrespect your needs, when you try to chase love, because actually what you're saying is you don't have it, that's when they're going to run away. But when you know that you are loved and you give yourself everything, you give yourself the lifestyle you want, you give yourself the joy that you want to radiate, you give yourself the sacred moments, the romantic moments, the cute moments, right? You witness yourself through the messy moments. When you become that level of love for you, you are your true love. And what do you attract? True love only. Okay, true love in friendship, true love in clients, true love in business, true love in like romance, okay, in partnership, in divine union. That's what you attract. Period. So calling your love back into you now, okay? Calling your love back into you now. Calling your power back into you now. Say this with me. I call my power back into me now. I call all my power back into me now. I want you to sit up taller. Breathe in deeper. Remember who you are. Remember, you're not desperate. You're not flesh and bones. You're not like a dog, like salivating at any bones being thrown. Okay? You're the queen, you're the king. You're that sovereign being sitting in your throne, baby. Remember. Remember your worth. Remember your value. And I feel like that's something that's going to activate your heart. It's going to crack something out of you. If you're making this far, watch today and in the next 3 days, something's going to crack open in your heart portal. You're going to remember who the F you are. You're going to remember your true value. You're going to remember you're worthy of effing everything. Okay? Homework. I'm going to give you homework. Okay? For those of you who want homework. I want you to write a page. What are you worthy of? What are you deserving? Okay? I am worthy of true love. I am worthy of beautiful people in my life. I'm worthy of being treated with love and respect. I want to know. Comment below, declare it. A whole page. Write as much as you can. I don't know if there's limits in comments. Okay? Do it. Declare it. You need to tell yourself. You need to bring this to the conscious. You need to say it loud. You're worthy of everything that you believe you're worthy of. You get everything that you believe you're worthy and deserving of. That's how it works. You can say, I deserve love. If you don't really believe it, if you don't declare it, if you don't anchor it in, then you're just saying empty words. So when you're typing it out and when you hit the, what is it called, post button down below, I want you to say it out loud. I want you to declare it. I want you to set an intention that the moment when you publish that, when you say that out loud, it's done. You're anchoring it in. Okay? That's what I want to see. That's what I want to encourage you to do. I want to go down and like all your stuff, and I'm going to do, my best to encourage and give some energies to it, because I think it's our time, guys. If you're watching this and making this to this far, something's going to happen. And if you're going to do that exercise, something's going to happen in the next 3 days. I feel in your heart portal, something's going to unlock. So, it might feel really uncomfortable. I'm feeling kind of heavy before it finally unlocks. So you might have a crying session. You might have like a rage session. Okay, don't say I didn't warn you, but it's going to unlock. And you're going to quantum leap because you're finally seeing your worth. You're finally declaring your value. And come back to this video and tell me the good news. Okay? I see you. I see you. Now I'm feeling the energy of like this. You're going to be so powerful. You're going to be this next level badass version of you. The world hasn't met yet. You haven't met yet. You're going to get everything. You're going to get the best things in life. I feel it for you and I claim it for you. Okay? Let me know down below. Like this video if this resonates with you. Subscribe for more daily videos and channel messages. I have my free Awaken community if you want to join and mingle with like-hearted beings. So then, you know that you're not the only crazy one in this journey, and I post some extra resources for you guys as well. For those of you who wants to work with me, there's info below, and I love to connect with you in any way that I can. All right, this is Tina Wong, and I love you so much.